So this is from Peacock's The Rich Eisen Show. Tom Pelissero, NFL insider type, just on the Baker Mayfield situation and where is the best place for Baker Mayfield?
I would say until the day that Baker Mayfield is not a member of the Browns, any scenario is possible. But Baker Mayfield has made it abundantly clear to the Browns since before even they had made the trade for Deshaun Watson that he does not want to be in Cleveland, that he felt like he was misled, to say the least, by members of the organization with regard to his future. He does not intend to play there again. And if the Browns are thinking about this realistically, I would fairly tell you that they probably are not under any illusions of how easy it would be to mend that fence. Now, if you got to the point that Deshaun Watson were suspended for a season or more, there is a case to be made, at least from an intellectual standpoint, that Baker Mayfield's best chance to revive his career and his earning power is to play 1 year with the Cleveland Browns as opposed to 1 year with the Carolina Panthers or the Seattle Seahawks or whatever team he potentially could go to, because the Browns are pretty talented. They got a couple of really good running backs. They traded for Amari Cooper. They've got playmakers on the defensive side of the ball. They're a team that's really built to win. But, those are, I would say, at this point, still long shot types of possibilities.
And, Mac, I pretty much agree with everything Tom Pelissero said, down to the point of it makes sense, but I don't see that happening at all, even if Deshaun Watson is suspended for a season.
Yeah, and I'm right there with you, Dave. There's a chance that, I could, win $1 billion tomorrow. But you know what? I don't see that as being a remote possibility. Baker Mayfield has clearly, handled this situation, the way that he's handled it at this point hasn't been great. And again, the Browns have been trying to move off of him, trying to get him into a different situation. I just don't see a scenario where Baker, at least seeing his personality over the last 4+ years at this point now in Cleveland, I just don't see it as a possibility where he ends up saying, you know what, let's go ahead, let's run it back 1 more year. And to be honest, I don't think that the Browns want to do that because, again, I think that there's, probably some in the locker room that are looking at it and saying, okay, Deshaun's our quarterback, let's move on, fine, let's go. And, again, I look at the scenario where if Baker comes back in, you might run into some issues in the locker room. And, if I'm Andrew Berry, keeping that locker room, as balanced as possible, I think is the key, because you saw last year what happened when that was fractured. And I do think that did play a part in the end of the year and what you were able to see how everything kind of played out. So I do think that, well, yes, it is a possibility, and intellectually we can go ahead and bring it up and talk about it all we want. But I'd rather live in this reality and be able to, kind of go through all of this.